apartment or townhouse or homes, and that has been really skyrocketing in our area, in the Tampa Bay area. But tell us a
Mhm.
little bit about what's going on in the industry, in the real estate industry, definitely in the Tampa Bay area, in the state of Florida, or just abroad with the real estate, which I know so many people are
Mhm.
still wanting to buy a home.
Sure. So again, thank you for having me and asking me these questions. I'm happy to shed some light from my active career. So I'm in the field a lot. I work with a lot of buyers as well as sellers. And what I find is that the market is kind of like a carousel, is kind of like how I like to depict it. It's all about where you get on and where it is that you get off, because it will spin no matter what, right? So even though interest rates are a little on the higher side still, homes are still selling. And it says a lot because there's a lot of infrastructure that's coming on into the Tampa Bay area, the Tampa Bay region. So people still want to be here despite a lot of different, hurricanes and all this kind of thing, traffic. And so as far as the market is concerned, homes are still selling, and the prices are the lowest that they've been over the past probably 2 to 4 years. We wasn't expecting the pandemic to bring the dynamic that it brought, and it surprised everyone, even those that were here for 20 years, 40 years, and
Yeah.
selling real estate. So with the interest rates being higher, it gives the buyers the opportunity to negotiate so much better with sellers at this time. Remember, we
Mhm.
come out of a time where the sellers had full control, and they needed to jump, and the buyers asked how high, and overpaying for homes and so forth. And now it's the exact reverse. So it's very nice for buyers right now to be able to know that they're getting a good price for the home. The interest rates, you can always refinance. You can also get a lot of different seller concessions to be able to negotiate better and make it more to the buyer's advantage.
Hmm. Yes. What are a few good strategies buyers can consider when looking to purchase their new home?
So the first thing that I would say is that they have to really get on board with a really good agent. An agent will take them down that path and down that journey to make sure that they are in the best position possible, so that when they do identify a home, we do know that they are within the confines of their pre-approval, because there are different types of pre-approvals, from VA to conventional to USDA, and FHA. So we want to make sure that they are looking at homes that are within their criteria, within their financeability, making sure that we have a rock solid team that knows how to get things done. There are different programs that buyers can still look to be a part of to get down payment assistance, and things of that nature. So the very first step would probably be to make sure that they are approved properly, know what that dynamic looks like, and the strategy gets put together from that standpoint.
Hmm. And those the programs that are out there, Monique, do you encourage people to look into any of those programs when they come to you?
I do actually. So it really depends, because real estate is not a one size fit all. Everyone's needs and goals and scenarios are different. So we cater things to what their needs and goals are. And so as far as down payment assistance programs are concerned, they are down payment assistance because the interest rate is slightly higher in most cases, which makes up for the monies that are actually being offered to ease the pain of the down payment and closing costs, as well as any buyer broker agent fees, which that is a new dynamic that has come in since August. It seems like every year there's an extra layer that gets added on to the industry, whether it's on the buyer side or the seller side. It's always something interesting happening in real estate.
Mm-hmm. And also due to the pandemic last several years, do you see that people's credit score has been a problem, or has people been starting to get their credit scores back on track?
So I think that people have actually done a great job with increasing their credit scores. I think that they are much more credit conscious and knowing the power that having good credit can actually provide. So overall, I say over the past four years, we have seen credit scores increase from the people that are actively looking for homes, and even not, they just understand the dynamic of how important credit is, which is really, really good, because that really wasn't the case going back even a decade, 7 years ago. People kind of put it on the back burner, and now I think people are realizing how important it really is.
Yes, yes. And if someone was looking to pursue, home ownership, what are the first steps they should take to accomplish those goals?
So the first step, one of the things that I like to do is I like to put a scenario together for them. So they tell me what their needs and what their goals are. I listen very intently to what they're looking to accomplish, and then we run a scenario. So we do run their credit. It's a soft pull. We go ahead and look at what they want their monthly to be, and we try to put together where it is that they need to purchase, what their max purchase price would be, where the taxes would need to fall within that, and if that property is actually homesteaded. All those different things play a factor in trying to figure everything out for them. So the credit is definitely one part of it, where maybe it would take a cycle or 4 cycles in order for them to actually be able to get a solid pre-approval. Some people think that paying off their debt completely is the way to go, and it's actually not. So we actually do things down to a science, where we will tell you, our lender-based professionals will tell us exactly where they need to pay off to $32, to pay this down to $164. So we really get down to see how we can maximize their credit score, which will make a difference between what their debt to income ratio is and what their payment and their monthly obligations would be at that point. So that's the first thing that we do. We run a scenario on them.
Okay, that's good information. And I didn't realize that it wasn't a hard pull. I don't know why I always thought it was a hard pull, but it's a soft pull.
Yes, we do a soft pull initially because a hard pull, it's really not, we don't know what we're going to find. So we don't want to compromise their position by running a hard pull initially. So if once we feel that we're within a cycle or two, and depending on where they are with what their timeline would be, say they have a lease that's going to expire in 6 months, so they just want to get proactive now, which is definitely advisable to say, let's get started nice and early so we can figure it out, because everybody's situation is different. Could take, again, 30 days, could take 60 days, could take a year. And we've worked with clients and buyers that have really had some tough situations that they've had to overcome. And I think my longest was probably 2.5 years that it took to get someone inside of a home, but it was well worth it.
Mm-hmm. And the big question that I hear all the time, even on the morning news, is it the right time? When is the right time to purchase a home, to start looking for a home?
Mm-hmm. So in real estate, there's this thing called when is the best time to buy or sell? The answer is going to be now, because the reason for that is we only know what we know now, and we can project likely within, say, 90 days into the future, if we can say that. And even that's not fully guaranteed, right? But we can project likely within 90 days. So it sounds very salesy, but that's the science behind that thought, of now. But now is a great time for buyers to buy because the prices are so low. And again, the negotiating factors that are involved. Now, with a new administration coming in, that they will probably move mountains not to let that man fail in his endeavors. So I think the market is going to make a surge and a comeback. And so when that happens, come down a little bit, but prices are going to start to go back up again because prices have dipped quite a bit. And homes have been sitting on the market for a while in different scenarios. So buyers are looking, they're on the fence, and they're just not really sure. So I feel that buyers need to feel that this is not a sales tactic to get them to buy. I want to relate it back to, say, 2018, 2017, 18, and 19, where a lot of buyers felt they had time and they put it off another year. And it just takes that one time of putting it off a bit, and then you find yourself in a cycle that could last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years before you can actually be able to win again.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I was looking at your page because I always watch what you're sharing. Your mobile real estate resource center. Exactly what is mobile real estate resource center? I love that.
Thank you. So right now I'm in the rebranding phase for it, but it's a mobile real estate resource center where I come to you, my team comes to you, we'll meet you at your job. I don't care if it's in a parking lot. We just want to have a conversation with you. We want to tell you about your options, tell you about some things that maybe you didn't know, answer your questions, show you what's on the market currently, what is actually on the off market, because we do live on the off market. I have, some secrets, some, things that put me in a little bit of a state where I try to give myself a good advantage, and not only myself, but my clients. That's really what I mean by that, right? So I show them some off-market opportunities that haven't hit the market yet, and they can get a dump on it. And so it's just a resource center and we have lenders that come out with us to be able to answer things in a deeper fashion as far as the lending aspects are concerned. So we have home inspectors that sometimes come out with us, and we just really like to talk to the people and make them aware of their real estate options.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. This is great information because I know a lot of people are looking to buy a home and definitely going into the new year. And I want to say thank you so much for jumping on with me and sharing this great information. If there's anything else that you would like to add, if you'd like to give out your phone number for anyone that's looking to buy a home or just want some information going forward.
Sure. Well, my name is Monique Holston Green, and I'm with Coldwell Banker Realty. I service all of the surrounding counties for Hillsborough, Pasco, Pinellas, Polk, Osceola County, Hernando County, Sarasota, and Manatee County. And my telephone, my longtime number for like 30 years. My cell phone number, which is 917-807-2639. And the best way to reach me is by phone or text. My email address is simply my name, MoniqueHolstonGreen@gmail.com. And anxious and excited to be able to help you along your real estate journey.
All righty. You heard it first right here on Tea and Conversation Live with my friend Monique Holston Green. Thank you so much, sis, for jumping on with me. Have a nice day.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a good weekend.
Thank you, sweetie. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye now.